Today I'm going to be talking about horses and their scratchy butts. Unlike us, horses don't have hands, so if their butt starts itching, they can't scratch it. They'll scratch each other's butts. You'll see them doing that sometimes, standing next to each other, but that doesn't always happen. So if they don't have anybody to scratch their back, scratch their butt, then they look for something to do it on. Now, there are things I do not mind them scratching their butts on. I do not mind them scratching it on the inside of the run-in. And you can see here somebody has scratched their butt. It's got painted over, so I can't tell what color hair it is. Don't know who it was. Up until they painted the run-in, I had this up for them to scratch their butts on. Never once saw them use it. They were scratching on the chicken pens. Put up a fence. The only one I've seen scratching on it, the only hair I found on it, is from Gidget the goat. They were scratching on the fence. I had to straighten up all the fence posts, and let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. Run another string of electric down lower. Round pen? Oh yeah, that's great for scratching on. You can see where I about almost pushed the post out of the ground, so every time I use the round pen, I have to straighten them up. And I tried to do something about that. Mainly putting pieces of wood in, and in some places it's worked, some places it hasn't. Got the goat pen. Honestly, don't care if they scratch on that, but of course they don't. So they scratch every place I don't want them, and don't scratch for the most part where I do want them to. So maybe you've had the same experience. Oh, and I did have to move this chicken house back into position, and it's still not quite right, but they scratched on that so much that they moved it and even knocked off part of the one side. And of course they scratch on the gates, and they had been scratching on that one as well as until I put the extra wire on, and I think somebody tried to scratch on it again and got bit because the wire is not quite straight there. And this was another one that I had to straighten up because the gate was leaning. And of course, they scratch on these gates. This one you can see is bent. That one, let me go the other way. They've also have pawed at this one, so it's not touching down there. And this, it's broken off from the top. So, if you have horses with scratchy butts and you have a story that you can tell, oh, and of course they scratch on the buckets as well, love to hear about them so that maybe we can compare scratchy butt horses and maybe even come up with ways to combat that. So I hope you have a nice day. Enjoy the video. Thanks. Bye-bye.